You've heard the music, right? Haryanvi songs have these beats that are just taking over the world. They're impossible not to dance to. But have you ever really stopped and listened to what they're saying? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're diving deep into the lyrics to understand the stories these songs are telling us about modern love. So, let's get right into it. The energy is undeniable. We all feel that. But what's the story behind the beat? What kind of romance are they actually building line by line in these huge hit songs? That's the big question we're going to unpack.
To figure this out, we're not digging through dusty books or academic papers. Nope, we're going straight to the source. We've basically got a jukebox of today's most popular Haryanvi tracks, and we're decoding the lyrics to map out what the modern Haryanvi love story sounds like right now.
All right, so how does it all start? Well, the first step in these lyrical love stories is the opening line. You know, the romantic pitch from the guy. And it kicks off with this really grounded, rustic charm.
And this opening line is just fantastic. It's not some flashy, modern pickup line. It's poetic. He's asking her to come to his Dani, his home, and light up his world. He's literally asking her to be the sunrise of his new life.
Now, to really get that line, you need to know what a Dani is. It's a small, rural homestead, maybe just a few houses. So by using that specific word, the song immediately grounds this romance in a very real place. It's a love story that starts with its feet firmly on the land.
Okay, so after that really poetic, rustic invitation, the promises start rolling in. And this is where we see this fascinating mix of old school tradition and brand new modern dreams. The guy basically starts presenting himself as a kind of modern day king.
And a huge part of this is the promise of a seriously good life. He says, "I'll take care of everything you want, you just be my queen." This really speaks to a modern ambition, a desire for wealth and the ability to provide a life of comfort and luxury.
But then, and this is the brilliant part, he throws in this amazing contrast. He proudly says, "You'll ride in a tractor, forget the car route." Now, this isn't him saying he can't afford a car. No way. This is a bold statement of identity. It's him saying, yeah, I can give you a queen's life, but we are never, ever going to forget our roots. Our pride is in the soil, in the tractor, not just some fancy car.
So, he's made his big pitch, right? A mix of rural pride and promises of a modern kingdom. But this is not a monologue. The woman in these songs is absolutely not a passive character. Her response is sharp, it's practical, and it shows she's an equal partner in this whole negotiation.
And this exchange just sums up the dynamic perfectly. He promises to treat her like a queen, and she immediately hits him with a reality check. She's basically saying, hey, be careful what you wish for. My expensive habits might be more than you bargained for. She's testing him, making it clear she has her own standards, and she's not afraid to voice them.
Her worries aren't just about money either. She brings up another massive real-world obstacle, family. She's concerned that his mother will reject her. This shows you that the romance has to survive in the real world, where getting your parents' approval is a huge deal.
So, beyond all this back and forth of the courtship, the lyrics themselves are just full of this incredibly rich poetic language to describe attraction and love. It's not simple, it's true artistry. I mean, just look at how they describe her charm. The lyric paints her as this sharp, captivating serpent who's casting a spell of love. It's this intense, powerful imagery pulled straight from nature. It suggests her beauty is totally mesmerizing and maybe even a little bit dangerous.
And they don't stop there. Her beauty gets elevated to a cosmic level. A line like this one directly compares her glow to the moon and the stars. It's a classic poetic move, sure, but it's used here to show a kind of timeless, awe-inspiring beauty.
And the level of commitment they sing about is just as grand. This isn't about temporary love. The lyrics talk about a bond that lasts for 7 lifetimes, a common cultural idea of eternal love. It's this profound declaration that they belong to each other forever.
Now, to really appreciate some of these lyrics, you have to understand symbols like the gungat. It's a traditional veil. So when a singer asks to let the veil be opened, it's so much more than what it sounds like. It's a deeply symbolic request for intimacy, for openness, and for moving beyond formal tradition into a real personal connection.
So after listening to all of this, what's the big picture here? When you weave all these lyrical threads together, what do they really tell us about the dreams and values in modern Haryana? Let's break it all down.
So what's the takeaway? Well, these songs reveal a culture in the middle of a fascinating transition. Ambition isn't just about leading the village, it's about having both, material wealth and a deep sense of rural pride. Romance isn't a one-sided chase, it's a negotiation between two assertive equals. And the language of love is still incredibly poetic, pulling its power from nature and from tradition.
The big thing to remember here is that Haryanvi music is telling the story of a confident, complex, and evolving identity. It's a world that embraces both the tractor and the desire for a queen's life. And as its sound travels across the globe, you just have to wonder, how will this unique and powerful definition of love continue to change with it?